Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's story is one of those wild rides you won't believe actually happened. It starts with a simple girls' trip, but ends with a secret phone, a cheating wife, and one of the coldest revenge moves we've ever covered. Stay till the end, because the twist hits harder than you'd expect. This is going to be long, sorry. I've never posted anything like this before. I just need to put it somewhere or I'm going to lose my damn mind. I'm not a writer. I'm not trying to get karma or internet hugs. This is real, and I still feel like I'm living someone else's life. My wife Jenna, F35, and I, M38, have been married 11 years. We were that couple everyone described as solid. Not flashy, not dramatic, just steady. We had routines, shared playlists, Sunday coffee rituals, inside jokes we'd kept alive since we were broke 20-somethings, sharing ramen and cheap beer. We didn't have kids, not for lack of trying. 3 years ago, we went through a brutal miscarriage, and after that, we kind of stopped. We grieved differently. She turned inward. I buried myself in work, but we stayed together, held on, or so I thought. Then she took a girls' trip to Chicago. That's where this starts, or maybe where it ends, depending on how you look at it. She'd been doing these weekend getaways with her college friends once or twice a year. I always encouraged it. Figured it was good for her to get away, drink wine, laugh, decompress. She left on a Thursday morning, kissed me on the cheek like normal, said she'd bring me back that caramel popcorn I liked from that little stand near Navy Pier. She texted me each night, sent selfies, even called me from the hotel once while the girls were out buying face masks. I had zero suspicions. Fast forward to a week after she got back. I was doing laundry because she left her weekender bag sitting out. She's always been terrible at unpacking. I found a wristband tucked into the side pocket, the kind hotels give out for access to rooftop pools or VIP lounges. It was matte black with a gold logo. Luna Sky Lounge, Platinum Guest. Here's the thing, Jenna hates rooftop pools. She doesn't like wearing swimsuits in public, especially since the miscarriage. It's a huge trigger. And she doesn't like heights either. I asked her about it that night. Hey, what's this wristband from? Her answer came a little too fast. Oh, weird. That must have been in the hotel room already. I didn't even go up there. She laughed it off and went right back to whatever she was doing. But something about the way she didn't make eye contact stayed with me. I'm not proud of this, but I checked her Google timeline later that night. She left her phone on the charger and I just had to know. You ever get that gut feeling like your stomach knows something your brain won't admit yet? She hadn't stayed at the hotel, she told me. Not even close. She'd been checked into the Sinclair, a romantic boutique hotel downtown, for 2 nights. I looked up the place, and every room had a king bed, jacuzzi tub, and a skyline view. Nothing about it screamed girls' weekend. I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I texted Carly Wynant, one of her friends who was supposedly on the trip. Said something casual. Hope you had fun in Chicago. Jenna said the art exhibit on Friday was amazing. Her reply? Oh yeah, the museum was cool, but we went Saturday, not Friday. And that was it, right there. I knew. That night, I couldn't sleep. My heart was pounding. I kept staring at her next to me, wondering who the hell I was even married to. Next morning, I made her coffee like usual. Sat across from her at the table. Waited until she was scrolling her phone. Why'd you lie about the hotel? She froze. That's all it took. Her face dropped. Her mouth opened like she was about to start a lie, then closed again. I've never seen someone deflate like that. She didn't try to deny it, just said, I didn't want to hurt you. Eventually, she admitted it was a guy from her office, Damien, her direct supervisor. I'd met him once. He complimented my watch and avoided eye contact. I remember not liking him, but I couldn't have imagined this. She said it started with emotional support after a rough patch at work. A few drinks. Then they slept together. Only once, she claimed. Spoiler, that was a lie too. After the first blow-up, I moved into the guest room. We agreed to talk things through, but honestly, I was checked out. I just didn't know what to do yet. Divorce felt like a bomb I didn't want to drop until I had the whole picture. Then, 3 days later, she forgot her laptop on the kitchen table before heading to work. I went to plug it in. A notification popped up. iMessage from Damien. Miss you already. Last night was, wow. So much for only once. I opened the laptop. My hands were shaking. There was an entire thread of messages from a second phone number. One not saved under a name, just a number. Turns out, Jenna had bought a prepaid phone for privacy. She used it to text Damien. Dozens of messages over months. Photos, plans, jokes about me. Even talked about a future. She never intended to stop. She was managing me, keeping the affair alive while keeping me just placated enough not to explode. That's when the switch flipped. I wasn't confused anymore. I was done. After I found the second phone and read through everything, something inside me didn't just break it, it changed. It was like watching your house burn down from the sidewalk. and all you can do is stand there barefoot, watching the flames eat the walls you painted together. But the thing is, the longer I stared, the more I realized I didn't want to save it. I wanted to light a match of my own. I spent the next few days playing it calm, pretending I didn't know yet. I slept in the guest room, said I was just in a funk, told her I needed some space. She gave it to me, probably relieved I wasn't confronting her. Thought she'd dodged the bullet. Meanwhile, I was preparing. I took screenshots, hundreds, of the texts from her second phone, of the Google Maps location logs, of her being at Damien's apartment, her calls to him during work hours, the photos he sent her, shirtless, stupid grin, hotel bed in the background. I printed everything, put it all in a manila folder like it was a case file. Then I went further. I called her company's anonymous ethics hotline, told them that a department lead, Damien, had been sleeping with a subordinate for over 3 months, including during company-funded travel. Told them I had evidence, emails, receipts, dates, names, phone numbers. I didn't leave my name. I didn't have to. That weekend, I asked her out to dinner. She was surprised, thought it was a peace offering. She even dressed up, did her hair like she used to, wore the green dress I always said made her look like a forest goddess. I told her she looked beautiful. I told her I'd been thinking, that I wanted to give us one last real night before we decided anything final. She bought it, smiled across the table like she'd gotten away with murder, and convinced the jury she was the victim. I didn't say a thing, not until the next morning. Sunday morning, 7:12 a.m., I left the house early, got coffee from her favorite spot, almond milk vanilla latte, extra shot, and left it on the kitchen counter, right beside the folder. On top of it, my wedding ring. Inside, everything. Screenshots, printouts, GPS logs, the entire text thread between her and Damien, including one where she called me pathetic and said I wouldn't even see it coming. There was even a selfie they took in the hotel mirror. He was shirtless. She was wearing my hoodie. That was the one that really F-worded me up. I left one handwritten note, simple, just 4 words. You ended this. Goodbye. Then I walked out the door and never looked back. By noon, my phone had 17 missed calls, 34 texts. The last one said, "I'm so sorry, please just come home, please." I didn't reply. On Monday, she was pulled into an HR meeting. She texted me afterward, begging me to help her fix it. Said she could lose her job. Said Damien already had a lawyer. She still didn't know how they found out. 2 days later, she was asked to resign. Damien? Fired. Apparently, he'd already been warned in the past for crossing lines with other women. My report, with all the receipts, was the nail in the coffin. Oh, and his divorce? His ex-wife used my screenshots in court, took full custody of their 2 kids. He barely got visitation. Last I heard, he moved states and now works for some startup doing freelance consulting. One of those guys who lives in a cheap apartment but still posts shirtless mirror selfies. Karma doesn't always hit like thunder. Sometimes it's slow, surgical, clean. Update? Jenna tried to contact me constantly the first few weeks. First it was guilt. I didn't mean for it to go that far. Then excuses. You were so distant after the miscarriage. I felt invisible. Then begging, we can rebuild this. Please, I love you. And then, nothing. Radio silence. Which honestly hurt the most. Because silence meant she'd given up. Or worse, moved on. But I never answered. Not once. You know why? Because there's no version of love where you destroy someone and still deserve to keep them. I finalized the divorce a month ago. Split the house. I kept my car, gave her the furniture. I didn't want a damn thing that reminded me of her. I sleep better now. Still get nightmares sometimes, like dreams where I walk into that hotel room and see them laughing in my hoodie. But most nights, just silence. And it's honest silence. I started therapy. Hated it at first. Felt like I was paying someone to ask me how I felt when I already knew. But over time, it helped. I started hiking again, joined a local woodworking club, rebuilt an old bookshelf just to feel like I could build something that didn't fall apart. I'm seeing someone now. Nothing serious. She's gentle, kind, the kind of person who texts back without games, who asks how your day was and listens. And you know what's weird? I still think about Jenna sometimes, but not with anger, just absence. Like a ghost in a house I used to live in. If you're reading this and you've been through it, I see you. There's no map for betrayal, no step-by-step guide for when the person you trusted most becomes a stranger with your secrets. But here's what I'll say. You don't have to scream. You don't have to burn it all down. Just walk out. Let the truth do the burning. And then live so well they can't stand how silent your revenge is. Thanks for reading. And that's the story. Brutal, honest, and kind of badass. Sometimes the best revenge isn't loud. It's walking away with your peace and letting karma do the talking. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more real stories, and let me know in the comments. What would you have done if you were in his shoes? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.